Recording in progress. Day one of the 5 days to mediumship. So I'm Heather Corbet. I'm a medium and also a spiritual advisor, and so excited to be with all of you for day one of the 5 days to mediumship. So good to see those of you hopping on to Instagram, and so good to see you. A lot of times I see different people in the angel parties, and so I'm just witnessing as more people are hopping on. Whoa, careful, heighten your spiritual connection. Heighten your spiritual connection wants to tip over. So good to see you. Oh my gosh. So let me just help heighten your spiritual connection. There you are. It just keeps wanting me to tip over. That's hilarious. Good to see you, Maricela. Good to see you, Kathy. Okay, there we go. Stay, stay. Good doggy. So good to be with everybody and good to be here for day one of the 5 days to mediumship. So if you haven't signed up already, you can sign up at my website, or you can sign up at the link tree on Instagram. You can also sign up at Heighten Your Spiritual Connection in the events. And then I'm also on Zoom on my business page, and you can sign up there for the 5 days to mediumship on the event on my business page. And then also I'm going to be repurposing this particular video to YouTube, just so you have everything that you need. So good to see you, Cindy. Good to see you, Kathy. And then many hopping on. Linda's here. Linda. Good to see you. Many people here. I'm not able to actually see who's here on business. Anybody here on business? Or just pleasure? I mean, either way. So good to be in everybody's energies, and I'm really excited to kind of kick off the 5 days to mediumship. Again, if you haven't signed up, totally fine. You can go to my website, heathercorbetspiritualadvisor.com. Sign up there. You can sign up in the events on Facebook. You can sign up in Linktree. Good to see you, Linda. And really excited to bring this to you. Hi, Emily. Good to see you. Aw. All the peeps are here. Jean's here. Okay, awesome. Awesome. Good to see you all. So welcome to day one of the 5 days to mediumship and to really heightening your intuition. And so with that, I want to go ahead and give a huge shout out to my back ends. I'm just saying, to the ladies that are so incredibly dedicated to their spiritual path, that they are also dedicated to yours. And so I feel like that I really need to give a shout out to Christine. Christine Quinones, I hope I said that right. But she is my website. She is my social media branding. She is incredible. She does all of the emails and then the links and on. Like, this woman is incredible. So I want to give a huge shout out to her. Hi, Jeannie Beans. Good to see you. And then of course, Jean and Sharon, Shiloh, Kathy, Crystal, Allie, Christine Rockney, JC, Lisa Spencer, and also Erin Stabile, and Kirsty Harlan and Veronica Dolman are two in the VIP group who lead the spirit circles and the practice and check-in, and Erin Stabile and I do Lightworkers Live. And we also, she also helps with being able to do my podcast with my husband, which is The Spiritual Life. And so I just want to give a huge shout out to all of them, because I just feel like I honestly could not be here without them. Honestly, they are like running the show behind the scenes. So I really thank you. And I just feel like giving them a huge shout out because they are dedicated to you. And so I just feel with that, that's where their heart is to be able to make sure that even more people are able to align to their spirituality and align to their spiritual path. So huge shout out. So 5 days to mediumship, what is it? And so 5 days to mediumship actually transpired about 5 years ago. So I did the first launch for 5 days to mediumship 5 years ago. And so you'll see me in the videos that go out from 5 years ago. And I had thought about like maybe revamping them. I'm 5 years evolved, right? But at the same time, I just felt like the information is the same, and also witnessing that perhaps this will assist you to be able to see evolution and to be able to witness your own self 5 years ago, where you're at now with your spiritual gifts, and where you want to go with your spiritual gifts, where you want to be in another 5 years. And so with that, I just felt it was really necessary to keep that and to allow for everyone to be able to continue being within those 5 days in perhaps that time space continuum, with the understanding that it's still applicable to today. Hi, Brooke, good to see you. So with that, 5 days to mediumship, how does it work? So you sign up at my website or Facebook pages or Linktree and Instagram. And so with that, once you sign up, you'll receive the welcome email of what to expect. And then just make sure you're watching the video there and joining any of my social media platforms. And so with that, then on day 1, which is today, you'll receive protection techniques. And then day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5 to your email inbox. And so with that, some people have asked, when does it start? It's already started, but you can join, and you can join at any time. And so with that, it's not necessarily a webinar. It's not like a set class or a set time. It's videos to your email inbox. And so with that, then you're able to really heighten your spiritual connection and really connect with your own intuition, your own mediumship, if that's what you want to pursue. And it's in your email inbox. And so with that, you can have it at any time. So it's at your leisure. And so also with the 5 days to mediumship, there are prizes. There are prizes for most participation. And so with that, being a part of the Heighten Your Spiritual Connection Facebook group, feel free to share your experiences on Instagram, on my business page, on YouTube. And with that, the most participation, first prize would be coming to the live mediumship class, which is October 15th for free. Second prize is 1 month free in VIP. And then third prize are the spiritual courses. And so that's channeling, that is clairs, that's the archangels. And so with that, would love to have anybody who is really resonating with all that to join us for free with your participation. So with that, I would just love to really assist all of us who are here on this, this video here in real time. It would just really allow us to be able to be in the same vibration, kind of communally. And with that, those of you who are on the replay, also allowing for you to be in the same vibration of wherever we're at. So as VIPs know, as my clients know, I love to start out with prayer. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and have an opening prayer for the 5 days to mediumship for October of 2022. Holy moly, how did we do that? So here we go. Father, Mother God, at this time, we do ask that you please bring forward the healing, guidance, wisdom, and answers that these beautiful souls need for highest and best giving, allowing for all of us to be able to amplify and be able to evolve into our spiritual gifts, for us to be able to be in alignment, for us to hold the light, and for us to be able to raise the vibrations of the planet. Please allow each and every one of us to be able to follow our hearts and to be able to touch those who are necessary. Allow us to be able to assist others for healing, assist ourselves for healing, and allow us to really tune into our own intuition so that we may make this planet a better planet. We ask all of this in the highest light and love and blessings of all. Amen. So with that, as I was saying the prayer, you may have noticed that, hi, Allie, my throat kind of got hoarse. So there's a few different reasons for that. The loved ones are here, the spirit guides are here, the angels, the masters, they're all here. And so with that, just allowing you to know that we're all really a part of this together. And so it's really interesting. I'm getting kind of teary. It's really, really interesting because I was reflecting on the 5 days to mediumship, and I was reflecting on starting, 5 years ago on the online path, right? It was scary. It was very scary. And to this day, I still sometimes fear coming live. And so I just want to share that. And it's interesting that today is day 1 protection techniques, because I put a slew of them on and I want to share more of that with you. But what's really interesting is reflecting on that and just reflecting how difficult it was to be able to step forward, but at the same time stepping forward and really coming to my why. And the reason being was you. That's why I stepped out. So I stepped out because there are so many of us who have these spiritual gifts who are maybe having difficulty to express them, maybe having difficulty to be able to come into your own, perhaps having difficulty coming to authentic self, having difficulty living with these gifts and having people not understand you. And so I did it for you. And I feel like I have my own history, developmental trauma. I have a lot of kind of backstory, and those of you who know me in VIP, I share that very openly. And also, those who have been following me for the last 5 years online, they know, you all know what I've been through. And so with that, I just remember there was one night that I just kind of collapsed to my knees because I was just so sick of the suffering. And I just remember saying like, why, like, and I'm just like, whoever's out there, guides, angels, masters, teachers, God, universe, spirit, like, why? And I just remember hearing this very loud voice saying, so you can touch as many people as possible, so you can have compassion. And I feel with that I oblige, like I receive, and I am honored. And I feel like with this path of being able to really witness and cultivate my own healing, then that really assists my path and my life and my soul purpose to be able to assist others, to be able to heal, to be able to align, to be able to be in your most authentic self, and for you to be able to be who you need to be on this planet. So with that as well, I also want to just be really real and really open, is that I have not done an invitation or a challenge since before the pandemic. So 2.5 years, nearly 3 years. And so with that, one reason was because as the pandemic hit, the energies got so high. And I'm not sure if other people noticed that as well. I was still serving in, VIP, in the angel parties, in also obviously my one-on-one sessions, the Reiki classes, the mediumship classes. And so with that, just really witnessing that I was still present. And at the same time, I wasn't necessarily leading in this real time. And so the reason being was that the energies were so high, and it was so almost difficult for me to carry for that many days in a row. And so also with that is just being able to see my own growth and being able to witness and being able to come to this higher vibration within myself, to be able to lead and to be able to be a part of all of your lives in being able to align. So what was interesting was this morning kind of grappling, like, am I really going to go live? Like, really, oh my gosh, like this is my day off. And I was just thinking too, like over the weekend, I had a great weekend. It was at a spiritual store. I also was a facilitator assistant for the Brain Spotting and Parts training. It was a 3-day training, and I was able to be there. And I just thought, oh my gosh, I'm exhausted. And I thought, what's your why, Heather? Why are you doing this? And why are you here? And again, it came back to, I'm here for you. And I feel like with that, I mean, that is by default here for myself as well. And just witnessing that if I can show up and if I can assist with raising the vibration, then all of you can as well. And so I just really, really honor each and every one of you for stepping into your gifts and for aligning to who you are, and for you to be able to be who you are. And so I just really applaud you for that. And so with that, just being able to see my evolution, being able to see your evolution, it's funny, Spirit's like, show me your tattoo. I'm like, okay. So this is a heart with an infinity symbol through it. And it really is being able to allow for that love to go out and come in, and go out and come in. And with that, just witnessing that there may have been an imbalance with me at one time of like that overgiving. I don't know if anybody else here is an overgiver, but at the same time, just helping myself to be able to balance that. And also this is part of my why, like just witnessing that I'm here to spread the love, I'm here to spread the joy, I'm here to be able to assist others to be in their spiritual gifts. Good to see you, Marlene. Good to see you, Amy. Good to see you. Good to see you, Dee. So with that, such an overgiver. I'm such an overgiver, right? So with that, just assisting all of us to be able to be in a sense of balance. So being able to see our own evolution, being able to see, how others are evolving. And so with the pandemic, you may have noticed there's been like an influx of energies. There's been, so much elevated on the planet. And so with that, it can be very, very, very overwhelming. And so I feel also, with the pandemic, with those energies, I have gotten so many people opening up to their spirituality, so many people saying I'm a healer, saying I'm a spiritist, saying, perhaps that I'm an empath, I'm a highly sensitive person. And because of how high these energies have been, that's why people are coming forward. And the reason being is because we need you. We need you to come forward. This planet needs you. And so really assisting all of us to witness that, and really assisting all of us to know that we've been called. Hi, Lizette. Hi, Teresa. Good to see you. Teresa, you're on my list today. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I'm getting back to you. So with that, just really helping all of us to be able to be in alignment with who we are and in alignment with what we're necessary to do here on the planet, and also being in alignment with just recognizing that we're here to help and alleviate and elevate others. Okay. So with that too, a huge portion of this also is because I come from a long line of empaths. Anyone else? And with that, growing up an empath. So I just feel like as I was an empath, growing up as an empath, what was tricky is that I was an empath, but I didn't necessarily have anybody guiding me or telling me, why I was feeling such intense emotions and that type of thing, not realizing I was picking up on everybody else. And so just really witnessing that. Growing up as a medium, not knowing what all these eyes were doing, looking at me constantly, not knowing that I could turn it off, not knowing that I could allow for a shield of some sort between me and the other side. So that's a reason why I'm coming forward. I have raised a beautiful son, a beautiful stepdaughter, and both of them are empaths. And so really in witnessing that, them being empaths, also my stepdaughter is very, very psychic. And so with that, being able to help and cultivate both of them and being able to support them, and with that, being able to see what works. And so that's another reason why. And witnessing that I'm getting a lot of kiddos, a lot of teenagers who are not shutting off their gifts. So I personally did turn off my gifts. So I was 12. I just remember being like, okay, F it, because when you're 12, you swear. So I'm sure I swear now though. So at 45, I'm still swearing. But at the same time, I just remember being like, I'm turning this off. And so I did. I turned it off. I turned off being able to feel people at that really high, intense level. I turned off my gifts. I just turned it all off. And so was able to reawaken in my late teens, early 20s. And so with that, have been like, quote unquote, reawoke, if that's a word, for 25 years. And so with that, just witnessing that with these new sweet little beings, a lot of star children, goldens, crystals, rainbows, indigos are still coming to the planet. So with that, just really witnessing that they have parents that are able to keep their gifts open and really want that for them. And so with that, with the children and the teenagers coming to me, not turning off their gifts, and what can happen with that, and so really assisting those children and those teenagers who are not turning off their gifts, how to continue cultivating them, and how for them to not be necessarily overwhelmed as they have their gifts open. So that's another reason why. And so really witnessing that as well, and seeing that we can assist the next generation to open up and to come forward. And so I just have to say too, that it's not easy. I mean, it's not easy having these gifts, and it's not easy kind of being up against society at times of those who may not understand. I have a lot of clients who say, you are the only person that knows everything that's happening to me. And I feel honored. And at the same time, I also want to make this very normal and very real. I know a lot of you know that I am really part of my life purpose, I feel, is to bring science to this spirituality, science to vibration, science to frequencies, science that this spirituality and intuition is in our brain, and also witnessing that we're in that communion with the higher vibrations. And so with that, just being able to come to a space where there are so many of us like this, that it's almost like a no-brainer to be able to really step forward and be aligned with our gifts. And it's necessary. The planet is rising, the planet is suffering. And so we need all of us, we need each of us. Also being able to witness that with that some people have shared with me, I'm not going to share anything because there's going to be a backlash. Oh, I know backlash. I know backlash. And so with that, I've had different people send me videos of what should be happening to me because I'm stepping forward in my gifts. I won't go into detail there, but at the same time, just really witnessing though, that we do need to advocate for ourselves and we do need to step forward. So with with that, and however that looks. And so just witnessing, like, if it's something where you're wanting to make sure you have these gifts and you're able to share them, and you're able to share them however you need to share them. It doesn't have to be public or that type of thing, but just to a point where you're really aligned with yourself. And so I did a YouTube video on neurodiversity and also having gifts. And so would love for you to check that out. But basically just witnessing that a lot of us who do have these gifts, we are neurodivergent. And so with that, really witnessing that too, that I'm feeling there needs to be an advocacy of some sort, just so that we're not ostracized for being who we are. So that's another reason why there's a lot of reasons why I'm coming forward with all this. And so with that, allowing you to know, like, I will do whatever it takes for you, and I will do whatever it takes for our voices to be heard, right? So also moving into day one, and so you can get day one to your email inbox, just go ahead and sign up, heathercorbetspiritualadvisor.com, or Facebook events, also Instagram, Linktree, and you'll receive the protection techniques to your email inbox for today. So protection is seen as discernment, being able to really assist us to witness that we are our own energy. And there's many times that I'll have clients that will go through discernment techniques of some sort. And it's really interesting just because people will all of a sudden relax, and they'll, be present, be with me. And I'll say, and that's you right there, That's you without anybody else's energy in you. And so protection techniques / discernment techniques really assist us to be able to discern our energy from others' energy. And it helps us to be able to serve. Okay. So me being an empath growing up, being very overwhelmed, HSP, neurodivergent, just really witnessing like all of this happening to me, and not having that discernment. And so what a relief to have that discernment now. Also witnessing, I'll have people who have been carrying energies for 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years, and then being able to be in their own energy with discernment, with protection techniques. So protection techniques, I use the archangels. And so I'll walk you through one of the protection techniques today. And with that also, you can use other forms of protection or discernment, stones, fire. You can use any of those for being able to allow for that protection, clearing. A lot of people really like water for being able to have a sense of clearing and protection. And so with that, just also other means of being able to protect or discern. I will be really honest that I take social media off my phones. I take Facebook off, I take Instagram off, and I have to take days off. I also don't turn on my phone. I turn it off at night, and I don't turn it on till maybe 7:30, maybe 8 o'clock in the morning. And so with that too, as soon as I turn it on, I can feel the buzzing from the planet from my phone. But at the same time, it's my way of being able to allow for that protection or for that discernment. And so I can continue to serve and not be overwhelmed by that. Amy, I wish I knew this 20 years ago. Staying my energy has saved me so many times. Yes, it's amazing. So another thing that I just recently, probably in the last 6 months, kind of learned about myself is that my third eye is always open. That probably shouldn't be too much of a surprise, but at the same time, there's different things that I can hear maybe a movie going or a TV show or a commercial or somebody across the grocery store. And I can use my third eye and see what they're going through. I can see what they're suffering. And so I used to have a really hard time. I still kind of do, watching TV shows or watching movies and that type of thing with any kind of somebody suffering. So what's interesting is that I think it was yesterday, and I've kind of brought this forward before, I think with the VIPs, but I noticed that my third eye was wide open. My husband was watching something on TV. I was in the kitchen and I could see everything. I could see the suffering. I could see everything. And I just told myself, Heather, pull your third eye back in. You don't need to look out there. And as soon as I did, things calmed down. I was able to finish what I was doing. It was probably making a potato. So with that, then I was able to be in my own energy. So another way. So with that, the protection techniques are in your email inbox. And then also with this too, I share a little bit more about that. And then with the Mediumship live class happening October 15th, you'll receive part 1 mediumship and with that, the protection techniques are in there, the clairs are in there, elements are in there, and then also being able to meet your main guide. So that's all in part 1, mediumship. And then for the live class, after you've done part 1 recorded on your own, then 2 and 3 will be really cultivating even more, being able to meet your loved ones in spirit, being able to read auras, being able to move into your medical intuition. And so with all of that, then really being able to align to your gifts even more. So awesome, JC, thank you. So it's wonderful to be with all of you. Day 1, kind of the inauguration, is that what they call it? And so kind of opening ceremony, right? And let's go ahead and really assist all of us to be in our own energy. So with that, I'm going to be calling in one of the archangels, and just go ahead and center yourself however you need to do that. If that means putting your feet flat on the floor, if that means that you are feeling grounded in some way, deep breaths, just whatever you need to do. So here we go. Archangel Michael, Archangel Michael, Archangel Michael, please step forward from spirit. At this time, we ask that you please place a blue cloak over each and one of us, allowing for each of us to be able to be in our own energy within this blue cloak, perhaps even feeling the weight of the cloak on our shoulders. Just hold that for a moment, just feel that for a moment, witness that for a moment. Just in your own energy. Then just dismissing Archangel Michael, enlighten love, enlighten love, enlight and love. So however that felt for you, I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to, perhaps write how that one particular protection technique, how you did with that under the video. You can also post in Heighten Your Spiritual Connection or on my business page. Feel free to post on YouTube. Feel free to write what your experience was with the protection techniques underneath that video. Saw the blue flash, says Emily. So with that, too, again, prizes for participation. So would love for you to share more about your experiences. Go ahead and sign up. 5 days to mediumship. You can sign up at my website, heathercorbetspiritualadvisor.com. You can also sign up again at the Facebook events, Instagram link tree, and let us know how the first day went. So once you do sign up and once you get that first day video, then enjoy those protection techniques in there and let us know how it went. So have an amazing, incredible day. I'm just going to say goodbye to my business page first.